So he spoke from the depths of heaven. He said, men ought always to pray and not to faint. This is how we shape the systems of the world.
We have worked enough to be able to manipulate the system. The covenant is the first platform of mercy. When you walk in the covenant, you are beyond intervention. That's what Israel didn't know. They were living on manna. The idea is not manna. The idea is a land flowing with milk and honey. So the believer doesn't walk by healing, he walks in divine health. The believer doesn't walk by receiving from people, he lives by giving. Because by giving he established a platform of wealth. So it looks as if you were wasting your time when you were engaging the covenant. Elijah was on the mountain praying, and they say, go tell Ahab, I hear the sound of an abundance of rain. This thing I'm doing that looks like waste of time, wait until he manifests. And when he does, he said the hand of God came upon Elijah. He outran the chariot of Ahab. David was dealing with Saul. Saul did not know that he was in his future and David was in his past. Both of them look as if they were in their present. But in reality, Saul was already in the last days of his life. David was in the morning of his life. So when Saul thought he was fighting David, he didn't know he was losing. And the Bible said something. The house of Saul waxed weaker and weaker. The house of David waxed stronger and stronger. What was happening was resonance. The true reality in the spirit was coming to play. So when David had Saul in his hands, he said, Joab said, I will strike him once. He said, don't touch him. I will not touch the Lord's anointed. You can't touch the Lord's anointed and be guiltless. Don't touch him. What is happening is that he is entering his present. I'm also entering my present. When two presents resonate, that's when you know truly who is greater. And when it happened, Saul fell dead in the field. And that was when David began to reveal his true powers. He said, let the dew not fall upon the mountains. What are you talking about? That means the advantage of David is not the army. David ruled over the constellation. Did you not read? When David go to battle, he knows that it's a waste to have confidence in the chariot, because victory is the Lord. So when David wants to go to battle, he consults with the Urim and the Thummim. And he said, when the mulberry tree begins to move, I have gone ahead. He said, let the dew not rest upon the mountain. How come? Because David fights with mountains. David fights with wind. David fights with water. If David carries a stone, it becomes a weapon. He was invincible because he knows the covenant. And when their true reality resonated, Saul was a dead man. Our time is gone. Go ahead and pray in the spirit.